Thanks, Dylan.
You're the best. You're the best cameraman we've ever had.
Absolutely adorable over there.
You got a big head. Yes.
Well, welcome to the final episode of Season 1.
Season 1 is about to be over. It's the season finale.
It is. After that, 12 episodes, and Jordan's been here for half of it.
Yep.
So
We're getting it.
I'm going to say, how are you feeling?
Truly blessed to be here. I'm glad I can get to know you guys and,
Be a part of it.
no, like build a deeper bond with you guys,
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you at all, so you're really building a deeper bond with me.
Yeah, always nice to have good new people walk into your life. It's always good for, anyone, to be honest.
I was going to say, we've had our arguments, but I think even then we just got closer because of it, so.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to call you guys brothers or, family at the end of the day for, what you do for me and, all the time we spend together, family
and we
talks
aren't arguing over bananas or kiwis.
No.
Which one's better,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even consider that an argument. It was just a discussion, it was.
It got heated.
Yeah, it got heated, but some things have to get heated to get serious, because I could discuss whatever with whoever, and I could mean something completely different if I change my tone, right? Because it becomes way more serious. It becomes way more, look, I know this is a problem, and we need to change it to better ourselves. And so, Key and I have had discussions just like that. We've had pretty heated things.
Me and Devin have probably had worse discussions.
I just know discussions like that is not good for me.
No.
Just because of
how Jordan is.
Yeah.
No, how I was raised.
Yeah.
Yes, that way.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to say, I think kind of that, and I'm sure for a lot of people, arguments aren't, something that they look forward to, obviously, but.
I mean, they happen in life.
Yeah, arguments happen, and that's something that.
I think
because everyone has an opinion.
I just think arguments is the wrong word, because I feel like arguments is you're trying to
get your point across and
you're just
prove something.
You know that you're 100% right, and you will not listen to the other side. And I feel like we were both, okay, I understand that point. What do you think about this? Okay, what about this? It's I'm not.
It was a strongly toned discussion.
Yeah, just,
what we're trying to get at. It's not like an argument. We're still listening and having nice banter, but it was strongly toned and just a little intense.
A little strongly toned.
Yeah.
Very, very strongly toned. I was just sitting here, okay? I was just minding my own after that started. I was like, I'm not doing that. It's too early. This is our earliest recorded podcast yet. I'm a little sleepy. I know. You guys have energy. I'm dead over here.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation.
If you would go to sleep sometimes.
I did 1250 reps on legs yesterday.
What time you go to bed?
Oof.
What time you wake up?
I went to bed at 3 and woke up at 7.
Mm-hmm.
I got into my bed, in my house actually at 2.
Yeah, what were you doing? You were texting. You were driving around and sending me snaps of you driving.
Dude, the pre was still flowing, bro. I had a lot of energy just
Jordan
driving
got
around.
pulled over going 20 over.
Jeez.
Got a warning though.
Hey, I was
Smooth Taka.
I was going north on the Bueller Haven Blacktop, and it was farther south, and I came up over the railroad tracks, and I was over on Ridge Road or something, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I came over the railroad tracks, and I could see a truck way up ahead, and I was probably doing 15 over or whatever, and Cherries and Berries came on, but he shut him right off, and I slowed way down, and he just waved at me going by. I was like, thanks, buddy.
Dude, for mine, I was going 70, pushing it right off at old K61. And I just see him late. I had the brights on. It was already 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh, yep, I'm pushing it. I'm just going to, just pull over. I know he's pulling me over. I was like, yeah, bro, you're turning your car back on as soon as I'm pulling up to. Yeah. I'm just going to make this easy.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get pulled over the other day. I was going 15 over, and I just see these blue lights just start tailing me.
Yeah.
I was flying, and then this car just flies
comes
behind
up
me.
on you. Yeah.
And so I'm slowly turning my cruise control down so it doesn't look like I'm braking.
Yep.
And I finally brake 7 over, and then the cop passes me, and I'm like, whew. Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
best feeling in the world. When that cop pulls around you, you're like,
Yeah.
What shoes you got on today, Key?
These are all birds. They're all natural materials. They're actually super comfy, like no lie.
Oh, is that like the?
is that the
brand name?
company that like? Do they give a pair somewhere too, or no?
I think so. Like, so for every like 2 pairs bought, they give 1 pair to like kids in Africa that don't have shoes.
Oh,
Isn't it
that's
funny
dope.
that like we always say kids in Africa, even though it may be somewhere totally different, but we're always just like they give them to kids in Africa.
No, I'm pretty sure like on the website it says like kids in
Probably.
Africa. So
Yeah.
Well, there's
Probably.
just a lot of struggle in that country.
But you know what's so weird?
it's a
is-
big country.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, why wouldn't we give? There's so many kids in
Kids in the
America.
United
States,
yeah, you know.
But you gotta
It's
realize
because the
there's a lot of
stigmatism.
there's also like a lot of donations that go on every day
yeah.
for kids in America.
astigmatism, isn't that something in your eye?
This is okay. You want to hear something crazy? Guess what
It is too early for this.
the annual
late
budget
for this.
The annual budget for LA County homelessness.
Oh jeez.
Annual budget?
The budget that LA County spends on homeless people.
I would say at least a couple M's, couple millions.
Guess how many M's?
64.
495 M's a year. 495 million a year on homelessness.
How do you spend that much money on homelessness?
I don't know. I guess that's a lot of portable bathrooms, bro. A lot of,
I do know that they turned like they made a small little neighborhood in.
Dude, you could build like 30 hotels for $500 million, you know, and just give them the rooms, you know?
God, then it just sounds like hotel for dogs.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
Because like
hotels for
it's like
homeless.
well, I'm just saying, like we have like animal shelters. Like then I feel like you would almost create an animal persona of these
Well,
people.
a human shelter
I mean, they're kind of creating
just
that.
for the homeless.
Honestly, they're kind of
That's
creating
free
that-
living.
They're kind of creating that persona for themselves.
Well, and then the other thing is if you have free living for the homeless,
oh yeah,
that's gonna set everyone off.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
So
I gotta pay my rent
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I got a job.
yeah.
Yeah, you got me twisted on that one, bro.
It's not that hard to find food. You just got to have like something to hunt with, and
you
or
could be
know
a-
what
be
berries
a
to
scavenger. Yeah,
Or-
I was gonna
or-
say, or
yeah.
you hit the right dumpster on the right time of night.
eat. Just sit out behind Daylight Donuts when they close at noon,
Man, you'd be asleep the rest of the day from all that sugar.
dude. Yeah, but it's Daylight Donuts.
I know.
They don't keep any of their donuts. They throw them all away.
I know. Every donut shop.
Panda
Well, they
Express
do
throws
that
away
with-
all their food at the end of the night.
I know.
Everywhere does.
Can the employees
Well,
take it
kind
home
of.
or no?
No.
Not at-
I didn't think so.
No.
Chick-fil-A you can.
Yeah, but I didn't. I thought.
blessed
I
people.
thought Panda was that way. That you couldn't.
No,
take
no,
the
no.
food
Like
home.
I got written up one time because I asked to take food home for my mom.
Wow.
For real?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because she asked if I'd get her something. I was like,
It's
yeah,
crazy
sure, I'll
that
try to get
whole.
some.
It's crazy that whole corporation's family owned.
Yeah,
That is one wealthy family.
Yes.
they have multiple different like,
Enterprises. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
and they're all the
Franchises
same
and
thing.
Oh.
They're just all different names.
Yeah, it's like and
I couldn't tell you any of the names other than
me
Panda
neither.
Express.
I looked it up a long time ago, but
No, they're all the same thing. They sell the same thing. The only difference is,
it's under a different name.
yeah,
Oh.
it's I don't know.
It's just different regions, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Like-
like going to Kobe and what's the other? Hibachi
Hibachi. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they're
Yeah.
the same thing. They're just different names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah.
Do we tell them what season 2 is, or do we just wait and show them?
These people gotta wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
They gotta wait. A little bit of suspense.
You know, like
an
TV
action movie.
Like TV shows don't do that.
Yeah, we'll just cliffhang it.
Or cliffhanging.
I was gonna say, or we could all get haircuts like Dylan.
But that's not a haircut. I'd have to grow my hair out. I'd have to grow it out for like a year.
Yeah, all you have to do is shave your beard and keep the stash,
That's,
though.
that's some. It's a sick
Rent-a-cop.
stash.
You look
though.
like Paul Blart.
You do kind of look like a long-haired Paul Blart.
Paul Blart on the beach.
A thinner version though. Very thinner.
You know, it's kind of weird because he is like a officer, like
Yeah.
you know. But Paul Blart probably had like some.
How long did you and
No, he
Dylan
didn't.
get to
That's
know
why-
each other?
Well, I just know that he's a, a prison guard.
We
That's
were
all.
here. We were here 15 minutes before you were.
Dude, I was behind the slowest car I think I've ever driven behind. It is a 55 on the way here, right?
Yeah.
His car was going 35.
Shit, you didn't pass him,
I can't. They're all double lines.
bro. You followed
That's
too
why.
many rules.
Hey, there's only one line on the ditch.
Yeah. You drive a Lexus
fair.
that's pretty big. You can make it.
Hit
Yeah.
that ditch.
Yeah.
No,
Well, that and no, Beeler has their citywide garage sale today, so
Oh my
roads were busy.
You live on the outside of town. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Huh?
You live on the outside of town.
Yeah.
And?
It's not like you have to go through the middle of town.
No, the road was busy.
Oh, I see. You're just people coming to Bueller.
Yeah.
You mean? Oh, okay.
No, so like the entire city all at once
Yeah.
throws garage
Yeah, I
sales,
know.
and it is awful.
Yeah, like a whatever,
That's
and
small town
biannual
things.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Annual.
small town.
No, it is awful.
There's a couple.
Why?
I saw a couple garage sales in town.
Because like you know
Here.
you know my side street, right?
There's one right next to my house at the moment. Yes.
That whole road is just cars right now,
For real?
like all parked. People
So-
just
Good
walk
thing you
around.
park
Beeler.
in the
In Il-
driveway.
Yeah.
in Illinois, we have this thing called the Spoon River Drive,
Wow.
and it's because it's a Spoon River. It's an
Are
old
there
deal.
two rivers just spooning or what?
Yeah. Yep. It is. Yep. No, but when people float down it, they call it spooning.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But anyways, so people from like 100 miles away will come to this deal. It's a 2-weekend deal, but there's like 1 million people that come, and it's all these little towns. They all have a bajillion garage sales. It's awful. If you live there, it's the worst time of the year.
Ah, no
Because-
spooning at that time.
Oh, spooning.
It's like the Kansas Fair though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people from everywhere come to the
State
state,
fair,
fair,
yeah.
and like
Bro, I live right next to the fairgrounds. People park right in front of my house for a week.
Ugh,
And I'm not on the no parking side. I'm on the parking side.
that's the worst.
Yes.
How'd you
I'll
get-
come park in your driveway.
No.
I will,
No.
and then we could go together.
I just put T-post.
Dude,
there.
we're gonna have a fair this year. I'm so excited.
I know,
actually?
man. I missed
I
those
don't
funnel
really
cakes
go.
last year. I don't care.
To the fair.
Huh?
I don't really go to the fair.
Why not?
I go for those funnel cakes.
I go for 2 days. One is a wristband day, just to
Yeah.
go with like a bunch of friends and then just go.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day I walk around the buildings. Because sometimes you can find some cool like things to buy in the shops.
Well, I haven't got to go for like the past 3 years because like the
He's
last
like-
time we could actually have it, I was in college.
Keaton's like, I bought a light up yo-yo last year.
Nah,
It
I
was
bought
the
one of those
best."
squishy balls, bro, that
See?
you throw at a wall and
Exactly.
they get stuck on the wall.
Exactly.
Those
That's
things were
just-
dope though. Except they
just-
got like super gross.
No,
Why
you
would
just
you
wash them.
purchase that?
Wash
Yeah.
them in cold water. They work.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Dude, you can't wash them in hot water because it'll take the adhesive off, but cold water, it'll get all the junk off. Of it.
Dude, it was $5 and you got 3 of them, so I was like, screw it.
Man, that's a deal.
I know,
is a
and I
nice
took
deal.
it and I threw it, and I don't remember who I hit, but I hit someone in the forehead, and it just like
Oh, is that so?
it was funny.
You just
You
pelted
just
them right in the forehead.
decked them
Why?
just for fun.
Yeah,
You sound like a terrible person with that statement.
sorry, I know.
I just whacked
It's a couple
him in the
years
face
ago,
with the
but
ball.
as I say, we didn't have a fair last year because of the old Scovids,
Rona.
and then the year before the fair was kind of dead. Like that was probably the most dead year I've ever.
You know,
seen a
I
fair.
think it's okay. You guys will be able to tell us more than I will,
Bro, Nellie's coming to the fair. Sorry.
dude. Nelly.
Cool.
Was Town East Mall near as busy as it is now before Corona? Because
I
like
wouldn't
No,
know.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
go to
no.
Wichita that often.
Town East was super busy during Corona.
no before Corona.
Oh, no, I never thought it was as busy.
See, that's what I think. I think
don't
the
go to
fair will
Wichita
be
like that.
busier because people are so like, oh, we can go do this now, you know?
Yeah, like quarantine.
Yeah, because when the first time I went to that mall, I thought, this is more people than I've ever seen at a mall in like 5 years, you know? There's a ton of people there now.
No, Town East, like as soon as like people were able to actually
I
go
know.
outside.
It was popping.
Oh no, it was like nut to butt in there.
Yeah.
Like it was like crowded.
Yeah.
And then they had like all those restrictions where it was like only 50 in a store or whatnot.
Oh man.
And it was like you had to sit for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
It was awful.
That's why I don't go to the mall. I just order everything.
Sorry. I actually enjoy seeing what I like buy first.
it's really hard for me to buy clothes on. It's nearly impossible for me to buy clothes online.
The only way I would buy something online is if I had it in person beforehand.
Besides like a t-shirt, but like a sweatshirt or any of that stuff.
Yeah, because I don't know how they fit. Some sweatshirts fit super big and some fit small. That's why I am with all my clothes. I have to go like virtually try on the same brand and see if they fit big or small.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jeans are the worst part.
After the like thin out, I can kind of just wear a nice broad of like sizes.
I thought you were going to stop at just bra.
Broad.
You can wear bra?
Broad.
Yeah, after this thin out, I can really just wear a nice bra. I was like, what?
Nice little trainer.
Huh?
A little sports bra?
What did you say?
What did you say?
All right.
Oh, man.
So yeah, anyways, we completely went off the wrong path of what we were going to talk about.
Well, you know.
But things happen. Right. It's been a week. We gave you guys time to catch up on episodes if you wanted to. I thought it'd be a good idea because, I mean, we have 11 episodes and this is the season finale. And if you guys wanted to listen to those, go ahead because season 2 is coming and then everything might be a little bit different. So.
It's going to be better than ever. I'm just trying to be the cheesy TV host every single time that a new season comes out. It's going to be better than ever. You know what I mean? You have to know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I just didn't expect you to completely analyze the. Yeah.
Well, because
elaboration was on point for that one.
Some people have to be like, "What is he doing?"
No, like the people that don't understand jokes.
Yeah.
What's the difference between snowman and snowwoman? Snowballs. No. You get it? Because guys have balls and girls don't, and it's a snowman and a snow. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Why?
It's so funny.
Like, actually, why?
Because Keedan only got an hour of sleep last night.
I didn't sleep last night, Devin.
I said Keedan.
Yeah, but I didn't get any.
I know.
You should be more awake than I am. You are more awake than I am.
Sleep
He's on that third win.
Yeah.
So, Keedan, with your life, what do you think you could do better with it right now?
Wow, you just dosed it in.
He was like, we're going right after Keedan.
Yeah, we were like,
I can't.
Those were some awful jokes, so I might as well just screw
He's
everything
like,
up.
I'm done with these snowball jokes.
No, I just was trying to,
straighten us up.
Yeah. So I asked you a question.
You're good.
I'm considerably thinking about dropping out of college.
Here we go.
Oh,
getting
right
deep
in yourself.
Okay,
yeah.
But why? Why do you want to drop out?
Dude, you don't need a degree.
Okay, but
what's your plan then?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have one.
Well,
because
then
I didn't have one, and you found out what I did. I don't think that's because you got good grades.
No, so my plan is I already have business kind of ventures that I'm able to jump into, but I haven't yet because I'm going to school, I'm going to college, and I wanted to get that done, but I've been informed that I don't even have to get a degree, that they're just waiting until I have enough time to actually do it. So,
if you're in marketing, there's nothing college is going to teach you that like a car salesman job can't teach you.
I know. And so
maybe some strategic stuff that you could learn online, but real world experience is way more important. I mean, I'm sure some of the number stuff, but I think you've already taken like intro and stuff, which is probably where
I haven't even taken intro.
Oh, really?
Bro, you can
everything I know about that stuff I've taught myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can just look that stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Or like, I can't think of what that's called right now.
Sorry for everybody that I'm yawning in your ear. I worked a little bit this week, so.
It's not the weirdest thing we've done in their ear. Haven't we like moaned before?
Okay.
We did
well, now we have.
We did now.
Okay.
I apologize to everyone who is listening for that.
Some people liked it.
All right. Now we're going to get demonetized. No. YouTube.
Oh, man.
You didn't hear that.
They don't care.
I know.
As long as we aren't playing any music or whatever.
What was that one word that really set me off that one time?
Did I use it?
No, Devin said it and it like made me cringe super hard.
I have no idea.
You don't remember that?
I can't.
No.
I mean, I remember you.
It was a couple episodes ago.
Very forgetful.
Devin said something and it really set me off.
Was it on the patience episode? Because I was not here for that.
No, it wasn't. You were here for it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
And you were like, that word bothers you? And I was like, stop.
It wasn't moist, was it?
No, moist doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either.
I really want. I really kind of. I want to know,
dude. We can't search through all the episodes.
Well, I know. I can't think about it.
Find out right now.
Okay, Dylan, start watching last episode.
Start at least like 3/4 of the way.
Yep, and just kind of scrub, looking for cringe moments, and nah.
But I don't know. I don't want to drop out of college primarily for the fact that I've already.
We could just make this whole episode about like college, about dropping out of school, or whether you should stay in school. Or
I mean, we could, but I also kind of want to know what else you guys need to better.
Yeah.
I mean, especially going into season 2, obviously, because hopefully we can implement some changes and then talk about those changes throughout.
I just feel like a lot of people want to drop out of college, but they're like, I don't know if I should.
It's the stigmatism that you have to have a degree.
They're also worried about the money they wasted.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm at right now.
But also, you can put off your student loans, bro, and it doesn't really affect your credit that much.
Which is a bad idea. You should pay all of your debts.
That's also true. I wasn't telling you to do anything.
Pay them back in the next 10 years. Don't start now.
Yeah.
No, but the thing I'm worried about is if I don't go to school now, I'm going to lose my scholarships. And I'm going for free. So I don't think it's going to hurt if I go. But at the same time, I don't want to waste my time, if that makes sense. Because everything that I've done so far, I've taught myself. And although it's taking a bit longer than I would like it to, the website, it's almost done. I've already prepared all of the merchandise and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I manage social media, obviously.
Yep.
And then me and Devin have done some business things behind the scenes that obviously we don't talk about, but I don't know. I'm also 18 and I taught myself everything that I've kind of done so far. So I don't think I need college to teach me something that I can teach myself.
Self-taught knowledge is the best knowledge.
Well,
as long as it
depends.
yourself.
It depends on everything in life is a calculated risk, right? So whatever you do, whether it be the clothes you wear or the haircut you get or getting tattoos or whatever, or dropping out of school or whatever, everything is a calculated risk. Mm-hmm. Getting in your car is a calculated risk, right? So honestly, it all depends on if you want to have something to fall back. If you want, this is what the biggest thing you have to think about. If anything bad happens in your life, whatever it may be, whether it be businesses fail, you come on hardship, if you believe that you have enough drive and knowledge or charisma to get back up on your feet without a degree in the hardest of times, then you probably don't need to go to school. But if you don't have that certainty, then you should probably go to school. Because it's just it's like having health insurance, right? I haven't been to the doctor in, I don't know, 5 years probably. I don't have health insurance. It's a calculated risk, right?
You don't have health insurance?
No. But that's also why I take 10 vitamins a day, go to the gym, eat pretty good, pretty balanced over here, So
the only other person I know that didn't have health insurance had a heart attack and nearly died and is now paying off $2 million worth of debt.
Yeah, well, silly.
I'm just saying, that's probably one of the things I would have.
Yeah, but
do you have renter's insurance?
No. I don't have any insurance. Besides, I have auto insurance, but only because I have to.
Because of your job?
No, because the government makes you. I wouldn't have auto insurance if I didn't have to.
Jeez.
Because there comes a point in someone's life where it's called self-insuring, right?
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, so...
Where you save up enough money and then you can insure yourself if something happens.
So, okay, we'll just talk about my auto insurance. My auto insurance is $18,000 a year. So, say I hit a deer. If I hit a deer every single year, I could pay for it out of pocket and still be ahead. Right? Mm-hmm. And so... it's how do I balance this? But I have to have it, so,
That's very true, yeah.
And after 10 years, I'd have $180,000.
That's fair.
Now, you have to have the discipline, and, because I have it, I don't have this discipline, but you would have to have the discipline to set away that money every month, even though you aren't paying it in insurance. You'd have to put it away, because if you did hit a deer, you'd have to have that money in the bank to fix your car or, whatever. But I don't know.
I guess that makes sense. Like, having something to fall back on if not everything happens is always a good idea.
Because you can have
an airbag.
You can have all the dreams in the world. It's a seatbelt. Yeah, you can have all the dreams in the world. You could do every single thing right. Just look at the Corona, right? All of those restaurants that went out of business, they did every single thing right. They were successful businesses before they got shut down. But they got shut down. Something happened out of their control, and something may happen out of your control, right? I could fall down and I could break my leg tomorrow, and I wouldn't be able to go to work, right? Because if I don't go to work, there's no money to be made. It's not like I have workman's comp. It's not like I have, unemployment or whatever. I'm self-employed, right? Mm-hmm. So if I broke my leg tomorrow and I couldn't drive my truck, guess what? No money.
Yeah.
But it's a calculated risk. Just like everything. Now, would some people disagree that's a good calculated risk? Yeah, of course. And will there come a time where I get health insurance? Yeah, of course. But right now, or for the past couple of years, because things have been tight, I've been starting a business and, just living on peanuts, we're trying to, it's just one of those things. It's
peanuts and a flank steak in the fridge.
Well, it's a ribeye, but anyways.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, but
peanuts. Yeah,
but get the point.
Yeah.
Like, but a couple years ago, I wouldn't, or last year, at the beginning of last year, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Really?
No.
So has this year been a good year for you?
No, it's not. I mean, I didn't really make much money last year, not tax wise, but the thing is we're starting to get over that hump, right? So, say I started with whatever, $100,000 of debt, we're starting to see that come down. So we're starting to see, I can see the horizon. So I can become lax. Now, I'm not going to go buy a Porsche, or something like that.
So you think by the next year you'll be able to get past that hump?
Well, I thought a year ago I'd be able to get past that hump.
So you don't know yet?
Life is, there's a lot of uncertainties in life, and that's why I brought up the whole airbag thing for you in college. Mm-hmm. Because there were times where things were going wrong, and I was thinking, if this goes south, I'm screwed. Not screwed in the sense that I wouldn't be able to find something else. I could go get a job anywhere. Every job I've had in the past, I still have great relations with those people. I would still be able to make a good living, and I would be able to do some side venture and build it back up, because they always say once you make $1 million, the second $1,000,000 is the easier. Even if you lose it all all the things you did right, all the things you did wrong, and you can, it's just self-analyst. Okay, don't do these things. Try and do more of these things.
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. And so, if you don't want to go to college, I wouldn't tell you to go to college. When I didn't want to go back to college, there were a lot of people that told me. I didn't tell my family besides my dad for a year.
That you dropped out?
Yeah. Because
did your parents know right away?
Yeah.
Because you moved back home right away?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he had,
you're
but I lived
You're looking at two different scenarios of what could happen for a year of dropping out. He's literally a year older than me.
Yeah.
You're looking at two different scenarios if you dropped out right now. I had shit grades, and you have pretty good grades, and you have a lot of other good things going for you. I would write it out until it's literally something you can't do anymore. Because for me, what I really couldn't do anymore, and I didn't want to pay that school's pricing, was I didn't want to play college sports anymore. College sports put me at 245 and overweight, and now I'm where I'm at in life.
Right.
There's different steps that the two of us have taken.
And here's the thing. When you think about dropping out of college, or when you think about starting a business, or when you think about whatever it may be, you always think about the good things that have happened to people. You don't hear about all those people that dropped out of college and failed miserably and are living off of welfare because they can't find a job. They don't have any skills. They don't have any drive. They don't have anything going for them. They didn't have any resources when they dropped out of college. They were just like, screw it. I'm dropping out of college. I know all these people that have made millions of dollars on the internet or whatever. Well, it's certainly a possibility, but it's not guaranteed.
I was going to say,
right?
Like, there was a guy that went and talked at Stanford for their graduation. Have you heard this?
No.
Okay, I thought you'd heard it.
I'm sure I have.
I might,
and so he went and gave a speech, and at the end of the speech, he said, congratulations to those of you who have graduated. To those who haven't graduated, drop out.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you tell people that have done that for so long? Like, they were like, he said that the amount of student debt that you'll put yourself through to graduate college, you will never be able to pay back in a life where our percent APR is 0.03.
Well, I would disagree with that. But what I wouldn't disagree with is dropping out of college if you're getting a degree in a market where there's no jobs. Look, you can't get a degree in lesbian dance theory and think you're going to make $1 million a year when you have $1 million in debt, right?
There's so many weird degrees out there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, these people...
Bro, you don't even need a philosophy degree.
It's like getting a psychology degree, now when there's 1 million psychologists that can't find a job.
You're going to HCC, correct?
I just graduated.
Yeah.
Okay, you have an associate's. That associate's will take you further than what people with just a high school diploma is. So if you wanted to drop out of college, you have your associate's.
Yeah.
And
so
that will still take you further than what dropping out and not getting your associate's will do for you.
Right.
Yeah. That's fair.
But the thing is
you're talking dropping out like as in you haven't got anything from it yet, but you have got something from it. It's just if you want to decide to push it to another point.
And building on that, when I went to JUCO, all of my professors in JUCO said, look, we know you aren't going to like it here. We know most of these classes you could give a crap less about because they're just gen ed classes. But maybe if you go to W or wherever you're going, I don't know where you're going, but I do know where you're going, but you don't want to tell people. So, if you go there what I would suggest is go there for a semester. Because if I wouldn't have had the opportunity that I did, like basically the opportunity I had was if I allocate this much debt, I'm basically guaranteed to have a good job and a pretty darn good livelihood, right? Because I had looked at, the numbers, I had calculated the risk, but you're considering quitting something where you're going to lose a bunch of scholarship money for something that hasn't even proven itself yet, right? So I was buying into something that was completely proven. I know several guys that have made a good chunk of change doing exactly what I do. And I talk to all those guys, whatever. But you're putting faith into something which I don't disagree with. I'm not trying to steer you away from it, but I want you to realize that I would have never dropped out of college if I didn't have something come into my life that was proven to be good. Not to be good, but proven to be able to support what I want, right? So, should you drop out of college? I don't know. That's for you to decide. But would I suggest you to at least go to a semester? I think I would. But if you had some invention, or if you had, if this podcast was making a bunch of money, I'd say, dude, we're killing it over here. Keep doing this. Screw college. But it hasn't proven itself yet. Do I think it might? I hope so. Do I want it to? Surely. But you can dream as much as you want, but you can't base huge decisions like that on a whim and a dream. A lot of people do, and a lot of people are successful. But more people do and become failures, right? Do I think you have enough drive and ambition to make it work or to make something else work? Yeah, I do. But I would rather you have that airbag. I would rather you have that safety, or at least have that experience of a semester. I'm not saying you should, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I just want you to see all perspectives. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I was going to say, what is your opinion on it, since you also...
Well, for me, when I dropped out, like I said earlier, I didn't want to play football anymore, and then also led to overweightness, and I took a gap year, which kind of pushed me back because I got into the rhythm of, having a smooth job, like a little job, stacking some paper.
Little money.
Yeah, and then I didn't go back to school. So
that's what I did too.
Yeah, I would, mine didn't go as well as Devin's did, of course, but I would suggest and agree with what Devin says. I would write it out for a semester, see how you do. If it goes well, do it again. And if it doesn't go well or you just don't want to do it, that's your life, your decision. You're going to have to live with that, and you're going to have to grind.
And here's the deal. I told every single person in my high school, I promised every single person that I told I was taking a gap year that I would go back. But never in a million years did I think that an opportunity like what I had was going to come. No other circumstance, even if I had a job where I was making, say like $60,000 a year or whatever, I would have went back to school.
Makes sense.
But because it was such a rare opportunity, I could have never imagined that happening. So I could have never imagined not going back to school, right? So, I wasn't lying to them. I wasn't promising them something that I didn't think I was going to do. And I also didn't fail on my promise, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't go back to school, but I think all those people would agree that I'm in a better place now than actually going back to school. But if I would have, I was working at a feeder. That's what I was doing for my lap year. If I wouldn't have went back to school and I just said, screw it, I'm going to work at this feed yard for a while, and then I'm going to go do something else, and maybe I'll go back to school, they would have been like, you ruined your life, right?
That went out. I'm 90% sure.
No red light.
Yep.
You want to try turning it back on?
Side one.
Side one, you just turn it off fully.
A little technical difficulty here.
Oh, no.
No battery?
Oh, no.
You got another battery?
No, that one did.
Bro.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I charged the one, and then I woke up this morning and looked at the batteries, and one of them hadn't even charged from last night when I plugged it in.
Well, yeah, because it was only charging for an hour and a half when you were sleeping.
No, I plugged it in when I got home from the gym.
Oh, okay.
At 1. Okay. And I thought I plugged both of them in, but when I woke up this morning, the light wasn't on for the second one, so I was like, shoot.
That's all right.
Well, then it makes me wonder if that was also the SD card, because that was at 80% battery.
Maybe.
That's what I was saying. I think it was the SD card, because...
Well, but it would still power on, wouldn't it?
There's nothing to record it.
Well, yeah, but...
save.
No, because it didn't turn on when we didn't have one. It turned on my phone, but it wouldn't turn on there.
Say what? Warm?
He said it's pretty warm.
Oh, no.
Maybe it overheated.
Maybe it died. This is why we need a new camera. That's what we're saving up for anyways.
Yeah, we're trying.
Oh. It's going to be a nice camera, too. I'm excited.
Yeah, but anyways, back on subject. So, and I'm not dissing on you or whatever.
Yeah.
But both things can happen, right? These are the two extremes.
Well, I mean, I do have things going for me. I just don't talk about it until it takes off, because I obviously, you have to start it and finish it.
Yeah.
Would you go back to school?
No. With the personal training and then, working and then doing other things and making myself get it, the only thing I would go back to school for would be something in the business realm and probably just an associate's degree.
But look, man, school isn't for everybody.
Yeah, school's not for me.
Right?
That's school was not my thing.
And that's not...
The only reason I went to college, not to interrupt you,
No,
the
you're
only reason
good.
I went to college was to play football.
Right.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Right.
And then I didn't want to play football anymore, so that means I didn't have to go to school anymore. And so now I'm in the predicament I am in. So that means I have to bust my ass and find a different way. Sorry for
No, you're good.
this. I have to bust it, bro, and find a different way to make the money I know I can make in this life and that I'm supposed to make because I have a drive and I have something I want to do.
Yeah.
Like with myself.
But, building off of that. So, okay, Key, if this doesn't work, you could very well be in his situation. Having to really bust it, having to really get after it.
I was gonna say, because right now my airbag is having the jobs that I do
right
outside of this,
right.
And then even past that, I have, like I mentioned earlier, this business venture, and the time that I invest into this, I could put into that, and I would be fine.
Yeah.
It's with a really good person, and they're trying to set me up with it. They're just waiting on me to figure out what I want to do.
Have we talked about this before?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like they're just waiting on me, and it seems like it could be a great opportunity. It is a pretty inflated field, is the only problem. So if I wait too long, I feel like it's going to be really full.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you something. When I was looking at the numbers, right, because I asked for 2 years of income, 2 years of expenses, things look really good on paper. And I thought when I started, when I bought my truck and everything, I was like, man, in a year and a half, I'm going to be rolling in it. Guess what?
Not.
We're 2.5 in. Not rolling in it yet.
Right.
But am I making a timed process?
Yeah. Am I making good money? Things. Yeah, I'm making good money. But everything looks better. The grass is always greener. That's the thing. The grass is always greener. I listened to this podcast, and it was about like the grass being always greener and actually doing, looking at how you. Like perception of yourself, just like Jordan and I were just talking about before the podcast. No matter how much you think you self-dive into your conscience and you self-evaluate, you will never self-evaluate the way someone else could. Right? Because you're always going to have that, well, I know I do that, but this is why, right? Yeah. Oh, well, I know I do that, but, it's not that big of a deal. But it may be a big deal. But because it's yourself, you can have a really good idea. I think I have a really good idea of why I do things, and I think I analyze most things, probably everything I do, I think I analyze it, why I do it, how I do it, if I think I should spend more time on it, whatever. But I'm sure my analysis is skewed, right? I'm sure that I think I work harder on things than I really do. I'm sure I think that, I'm nicer to people than I am sometimes, right?
Also, coming with that, you have to be able to actually self-diagnose, and when you're self-diagnosing, you have to throw your own personal bias out of the window. So that is hard to do for some people.
So this guy was I think he was a psychologist, but he said no
psychoanalyst.
Yeah, he said no matter how much you try to do that, it's impossible to do it 100%. Just because your brain is this, it's a imagination, right? Your brain is all your brain is doing is imagining its entire life, right? Because your brain can't see anything.
Don't do this to me. It's too early.
No, I know, but it's important for people to know because your brain is just imagining things, right? It's bringing in this input from your eyes, which is directly connected to your brain, but your brain doesn't know what's going on. Your brain only knows what it consciously thinks and what your eyes can look at, right? It doesn't have any outside information of what you think about me or what Key thinks about me or what Dylan thinks about me or, just the simple statistics of my life, right?
Yeah.
It only knows what I think and it only knows what I've thought about. If there's some thought that hasn't ever came into my mind, it doesn't know about that.
Exactly.
It only knows what I've learned. If I were to never, they actually did this experiment. They did this. It wasn't an experiment, but it was actually a bad situation. But there was this girl that her parents dropped her off, I think, or maybe she ran away, and she became completely, I don't know, inhumane or whatever, right? She basically just became a dog. She gathered with this group of either wolves or coyotes.
Are you talking about nature versus nurture?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not sure if that's the reference you're speaking.
Well,
of.
I am like, nature would be you're born with a select given like talents, and like what you're good at can be selected by nature.
Yeah.
Or nurture, which I think is the example you're talking about, where I've read about it and I've done the research because there's multiple different occasions where this has happened.
Yeah.
But people are. There was a boy actually. This is the most interesting one to me.
Yeah.
Who was left, like, what was it? His family was murdered by like this Indian tribe, and they lived out in like the forest, and he was raised by monkeys.
And so he became a monkey, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Right. So, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and I think that's why I like listening to podcasts all the time. Like, I really don't listen to that much music unless I'm in the gym or going to the gym or...
You don't even listen to music in the gym?
Well, not sometimes.
You were listening to Mozart the other day squatting.
It was Chopin, but it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter.
This dude's squatting 455 listening, and he's like, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but this is what I'm listening to, and it's some piano. It's like,
but do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I want to find. How do I want to say? I want to find that motivation in my own self. Because what if my AirPods are dead? What if I forget them?
I
don't want to have a shit workout.
No, I can work out without music and be fine.
And I can too. But I didn't used to be able to. I used to have to have that pump me up. Get some pre-workout in me, get a good song going on. A lot of people, and I'm not discarding this. I think this is completely fine. But I want to find that. I want it all to be me. You know what I mean? And if you don't want that, that's completely fine. But that's what I want for myself.
You don't want that self-reliance?
No, I want self-reliance.
Oh, no, like that dependency?
Yeah.
You want the self-reliance,
right.
but you want the dependency.
Right.
Like,
and so I listen to all kinds of things. I'll listen to...
Wow.
I'll listen to Chopin. I'll listen to Bob Ross. I'll listen to R&B. I won't listen to country. That's the only thing I won't listen to. But I like listening to country.
Take a ride, big green tractor.
Yeah.
We can go slow.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
While repping out bench press.
Yeah.
Yes, this is it. That's it.
But
Go slower, make you go faster.
Yeah. But I don't know. But anyway, so back to that. You're going to look at all these situations in life through your own point of view. And I just asked one of my friends last night, what do you think my greatest weakness was? And it was completely out of the blue, right? But I love asking people that. And most people don't. They don't want to hear, criticisms of themselves. I love asking people, what do you think I could do better? Or what do you think my greatest weakness is? Right? Because I don't know them. I know what I think my greatest weakness is. And there's a huge list of them, right?
Right.
But they can see things that even if I self-dove into my personality, into my conscious every single day, they're still going to see things that you can't.
I was saying that's one thing that I've started to come to figure out is how you see yourself is only half of what other people see you
Less
as.
than half,
Yeah.
right?
And so
because you only look in the mirror so much.
And the mirror is not even what you look like.
Right. So, and that's the exact point I'm trying to say.
I know, I'm butt ass ugly if you turn if you mirror a mirror.
Oh, I'm unattractive. I know.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see Jordan as attractive. I see Devin as attractive. That probably sounded really gay on the podcast, but no,
we know you do. It's okay.
No.
I know. I'm just kidding with you.
But I see them as more than what you see yourselves.
Right.
Just like how me and Jordan see Devin as a damn tank, and Devin's like, I'm small.
Yeah. I'm tiny compared to this guy. I'm just taller.
See, but if I look at a video, but I realize this. I realize I'm bigger than what I think I am and all of this stuff because I know I used to wear a medium and now I wear an extra large, right? I know that.
Is that an extra large shirt?
Yeah.
You are filling out an extra large shirt. I
Yeah.
hate you.
No, but here's the deal. But if I wouldn't have taken pictures, or if I wouldn't see my jean sizes get bigger, if I wouldn't see my my shirt sizes get bigger. Yeah, that one too. Yep.
Dude. Oh my god.
If I wouldn't have, I only realize it because of statistics.
It's the same thing for you and I going backwards.
Yeah.
Right? I only realize I look better because of numbers, because of simple statistics, right? Not because when I look in the mirror I think I look better, but because I know if I were to try to put on a medium, it would not go very well, right?
I can fit in mediums now.
I can
That's
wear
the
a
same thing
medium.
for me. Is I went from an XL to a medium.
I have a lot of medium shirts I should give you then.
Dude, this hoodie's a medium.
I only
Really?
wear black.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure I have some black. I used to wear all black.
Oh, really?
Not well. I mean, I used to wear a lot of black. Yeah.
Oh, I really want a black.
Because the
turtleneck.
thing was, I would go to school. I would go to work before I'd go to school.
SpongeBob song to you. Sorry.
I'd go to work before I'd go to school, and so I'd wear dark colors. So if I got like grease on it or dirt or whatever, I could just brush it off and no one would know. Because if you're wearing a light color shirt,
Well, also,
change shirt.
bigger set dudes like to wear black and like dark colors, thinning.
See, and I like look.
I don't even.
I like
think
wearing.
it makes me look bigger.
I like wearing everything. I mean, I don't really. Blue is probably my favorite color, but I'll wear anything. I'll wear any color.
White makes me look skinnier. Black makes me look fatter.
Yeah, white makes me look. But I don't know. It depends on the light, though, right? It depends on if it's sunny or whatever.
I just like black because it's like
Easy.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like I don't want my clothes to speak for me.
No
I'm just like,
personality.
yeah, I'm just voided. and I
But
just
that's
want all
not
my
true because
personality
black
to come out.
definitely puts off a persona.
It stands out, yeah, and it has this.
Black definitely puts out a persona.
Yeah.
But the persona doesn't match me. Because 90% of the people that just wear all black.
Well,
are
that's
like,
fine, but you just said I don't want my clothes to put off a personality, but it does. It does put off a personality. It might not put off your personality, but it
Yeah.
does put off a personality.
Maybe that's why I like it so much. Is because my personality is so far away from that norm of.
Yeah.
I just kind of wear clothes.
I'm glad, thank God. No Adam and Eve yes, in here.
No, I'm just saying like. I
Yeah.
just kinda
No,
wear,
you're just. Oh, this looks cool. That's
Dude,
kind of
I'll wear a button up like dress.
Sorry.
Oh, he said he's going outside.
Oh, you're
I
good,
guess.
bro.
I'll wear like a button up like dress collar tee.
Yeah.
With like athletic shorts.
Yeah. Who cares? But anyways,
Ugly.
Thank you. Take it as a compliment.
do you have anything else, Key, that you think?
About what?
That you need a better?
Yeah. What,
Oh,
or just
shoot.
what you
Or
want
just,
opinions
like,
on or
yeah.
whatever?
Sorry, I just didn't expect to bounce back like that. No, I think.
Oh, we're bouncing back.
Okay, that's fine. I think the thing about the new venture that I want to take,
Mm-hmm.
like that new job that I'm considering, is it's all a mentorship. So like what I'm being taught is already known, and then I just have to learn what's already known, versus going to school for something that's universally taught.
What's the market?
It's business.
Right, but like, what's the market? Like, is it advertising? Is it
It's gonna
accounting?
It's gonna be
insurance,
advertising
or-
and selling. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's already something that's established, and
Like, are you working at a business or are you?
it's all independent.
Oh, okay.
And so
Like you're selling products or what? Okay.
it's not going to be awful
Yeah.
because it's something that I've come to already understand, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something that's already established.
Yeah.
And then I can become a part of it, and then it's going to help. I feel like it'll help me grow as a person,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I don't know.
Why
if
don't
that's
you
what I
just-
wanna do.
Yeah. And the hard thing about sales is most sales jobs are corporate jobs or marketing and sales. And guess what? We can say that college doesn't matter all we want, but in the corporate world it does.
In the corporate, yeah. And I guess that's maybe why I feel so
And
indifferently, is because it's an independent thing.
Yeah, but if that independent thing doesn't work out,
Yeah.
you have to and you, say this is a perfect example. I had a feed sales guy when I lived in Illinois that worked for ADM for like 25 years, right? And he was getting ready to retire. No, he was working for another company and ADM bought him. He couldn't work for ADM even though he had 25 years of experience and had made a crazy, following and had all these customers and he was a great salesman, he didn't have a degree, so he couldn't work for him. You could be the best salesman in the country, but if they have a requirement for a bachelor's degree, guess what, dude? You aren't getting the job.
Yeah, you're out of it.
Right? So
I guess I could always become a car dealer.
car salesman.
You don't want to do that.
But a lot of car salesman jobs, you have to have a degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like if you work at Porsche or Lexus or something, they're letting you just walk in.
I think that's a bit different.
Right. But you're going to, if you want to have this incredible life, right?
Just sell a Ford Focus.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll make a decent commission off of it, but
yeah,
that's what I'm good at, is selling things.
Yeah. But like, look at it now. They aren't making any cars because they can't get any chips
right now.
So now what do you do for income?
You go to Craigslist, you buy used cars, and then you sell used cars for more money than you bought them for.
If you have enough money to buy that first used car, of course.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
and then you also have to make the money back to buy the second one.
No, used cars are like through the roof right now for no reason.
Yeah. Because they aren't making any new ones.
Car manufacturers can't make new ones.
No, but here's the thing.
But they can make a Ford Bronco.
But here's the thing. If that all sounds good and well now, and if you want to drop out of college now, that's great. But you can't think about now. You have to think about, I have a wife, I have 2 kids, but you have to think about that far ahead. Yeah, you have to think about that far and ahead, right?
Yeah.
If this business venture goes great for 10 years, now you have a mortgage, now you have a car loan, now your wife, if you have a wife, she has a car loan, maybe she's only making $40,000 a year because you make $150 or whatever, you always, you budget for your income, right? If you lose that income, you're screwed. And if you don't have something to fall back on, that's a problem. Unless you have several other things going. And I'm not saying that it's not going to work. And I'm not saying that any of those things are going to happen. But those are all things you have to think about.
I was going to say, every millionaire has, 5 hobbies? Is that what they say?
I don't know.
I just know you got to have a couple streams of income.
Well, there's one that's one is income, one is personal growth, one is health, one is I don't know. They have 5 hobbies or something.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah. You have to have.
Dylan, did you get a degree? Oh, God,
He did the same thing I did.
I'm just surrounded by people that don't have degrees.
I've only got to go for another semester to get my 2-year degree, though.
See, and I only have to do one more class.
I did a lot of stuff in high school, though.
I have to do a lot more than all of you.
I have to,
to be honest.
But here's the difference, right? So, right out of high school, I could have got a pretty good job without going to college. Mm-hmm. Just because I had kind of made a name for myself, I kind of had things going on, So you can't look at me. I just don't want people to look at me and say, oh, he did it, I can do it. Because I know what I've sacrificed. I know there's been lots of times in my life where I've been very depressed, where I've been very stressed, where things haven't been going my way, where I wished I could just say screw it and go get a 9-to-5. I know there's been a lot of times where I wish I could have went back to college. I know there's been a lot of times that I sat when I was laying in my bed, when I didn't have a couch or a TV or anything in my living room, right? I knew that I only had a bed, 2 dressers, and the stuff in my kitchen. That's all I had. For a whole year, that's all I had. So I know those sacrifices that I had to make. So then, and I know a lot of people won't make those sacrifices, right? Mm-hmm. I know, and I'm not saying you won't, but a lot of people will look at me and they'll say, screw it, I'm not going to college. Look at what he's done. But guess what? They didn't see any of that. They didn't see me, being so upset with my life that, if it wasn't for other people just telling me keep grinding, I probably would have quit. I probably would have gave up, right? And looking back, I know that. But when I went into it, I didn't know that.
Right.
When I decided not to go back to college, and I could have, sold everything I had, got back to college, and I could have continued doing that. But I don't want anybody out there to say, look at what he did and how easy it was, right? Because I know I didn't put any of that stuff on Instagram. I didn't tell anybody about how I felt. I didn't tell anybody about how I was living at home. Right? I didn't, because it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter how my life was. That was my decision. I decided I wasn't going to go back to school. I decided, and I still decide, I decide every day that I'm going to work harder than anybody else to get where I think I want to be, right? Someone asked me the other day, one of my best friends asked me, you always talk about being me. I always talk about I'm going to bust my butt, for 10 or 15 years, and then after that, it'll be great. And she asked me, what if you die in 15 years?
You better not.
No, but what if you die in 15 years and you've spent your entire life doing the only thing of working? You had very little fun. You didn't have much relaxation. You didn't give yourself any reward. Right? What if that happens? That's a calculated risk.
It's a calculated risk, but isn't it like what you're like willing to like do?
Yeah.
If it's what you're willing to do, then that's perfectly okay, bro.
Right.
To build off what he just said, and not to interrupt.
No,
him,
you're good. Yeah, keep going.
For you, Key, and for like I myself, for like when I dropped out, it's something that you have to be willing to do. And I myself have hit a couple lows, bro. A couple lows with not having a lot to say for myself at the moment, other than I lost some weight and I got in shape and I have like a couple things going for me, but I don't have like the stream of income building at the moment. I don't have any of that. It's something I have to realize, that I let myself get to this point, and I have to be able to do what he just did and say I have to live with the lows and be able to budget and live with how life is and make the sacrifices for how I want to live later in my life.
If you think about it, though, teachers, there's some teachers that go to school for 8 years and they only make $50K.
Yeah.
So,
And that's a perfect, so I don't know if anybody heard it, but Dylan said, and I'm not going to say that career, but there's a lot of careers that you pick that you go $150,000 in debt, you take 8 years out of your life, and you only make $60,000 a year.
Or you just don't get hired.
Well, guess what? You can go flip burgers at McDonald's, work your way up in 8 years, go to, Mac University or whatever they call it, and make $150,000 managing a store.
Yeah. That's true.
It's just the sacrifices you're willing to make, and the fact that you're going to do it for yourself, and you can't let outsider opinion affect how you live your life and how you want to go about things.
And that's why I'm telling you, if you don't want to go to school, don't go to school. If you want to go to school, go to school. I'm not trying to, change your direction at all. I'm just giving you facts, just like this podcast. I want people to make better decisions, but if you don't want to make those decisions, I can't force you. I think I went to my first AA meeting, not for me, but I went to AA meetings. Uncle? Yeah, with my uncle. So I went to AA meetings. The first one I ever went to was probably, I don't know, let's say 10 years old. And so that whole time that I was going to AA meetings, I'd go like once a month or whatever. I realized you can put every fact and every single thing in front of somebody's face, telling them that they should change. Unless they want to change, you're just wasting your time, dude. I can tell, a lot of people come to me for diets or whatever. They come to me for, what do you think I should do here? Or what do you think I should change? Or all of this stuff. I know it's a complete waste of time. right? 90% of the time, it's a complete waste of time for me. So usually I don't even respond, especially if it's someone where I know it's going to be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you all the things you're doing wrong in your life, because I've told people, look, you need to change this if you want to do better at this. You need to eat this if you want to look like this.
And that's that outside perspective.
Right.
Yeah, like you have to do the analysis, like I said earlier, but you have to be willing to listen to the outsider's perspective, but also you have to be able to choose which outsider's perspective is worth you actually applying to your life.
Sure.
Which it comes with a lot. And that's why it's a hard decision, because and also changing your life is hard because people won't listen to the outsider's perspective, and they also don't want to admit the fact that they are doing something wrong with themselves.
And that's why I love asking people what I need to change.
Mm-hmm. You see, I ask, but I hardly ever get like responses because people tell me I'm like doing something good with myself, or they don't know me well enough. But if I were to ask him, he would have a perspective, but him and I don't get to see each other that often, so he wouldn't know fully. Like that's my that's a day one friend, but he wouldn't know fully unless we talked and then he heard and then spoke. Yeah. But you guys see me a lot more often, and I haven't got to ask that question to y'all. But that's what I'm saying. You have to be able to choose and have the correct people around you to help you make those decisions.
Okay, but I'm not calling you out.
Oh no,
none of this. Think about what Dylan just said before the podcast. What'd you say about telling him things that he needed to change? You basically said, I could tell you whatever I want, and you're going to do what you want.
Oh, yeah, at the end of the day, like, kind of like what you said.
Right.
Do it yourself.
So I could tell you whatever I want. But if you don't want to hear it, or if you don't want to make those changes, or if you think your life is good enough now, I could say it every day in different terms at different hours. I could call you, I could text you, I could tell you in person. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. It's like what you said to me during our conversation before the podcast. You said, if you want to go be a failure,
that's fine.
And that's your decision. Yeah. But also, if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything.
Exactly.
People will either care and say it out of spite to actually just dog on you. Yeah. Or they will say it because they care and they want to better you as well. And you have to be able to depict the difference.
You have to decipher.
Yeah.
Now, I could come at you and say, you have a shit life. But here's the difference. If people's digging at you, they're going to say, oh, you're a shit person. Oh, you have a shit life. Whatever. Mm-hmm. They aren't going to tell you how to fix it. Right? Well, I never came at you, and I would never come at anybody and say, oh, you're a piece of crap.
No, the language
I would never
is
say
different.
That, right?
When you think about it, the language is completely different.
For sure.
If someone's dogging on you, 90% of the time they can't think about what to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if,
they can think about their first statement, they can give you...
They stick to that one part, bro, and they don't want to hear your part. And that's how I could tell it was a conversation.
Right.
Because we didn't stick to the one part.
Right.
It moved and it spoke and it fluidly, worked, comprehended together. That's how you'd be able to decide. Even, you have to hear tone and also hear where conversation is going.
Yeah. Was the tone probably wrong?
Yeah.
Maybe.
100%.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
From an outsider, the tone was 100% wrong.
But you also have to hear, as the person, you have to hear tone, but you also have to hear the words they're saying.
But the thing is, if I wouldn't have created that tone, he may have never listened. Right?
Oh, I was listening.
No, I know, but
I understand what you're saying.
If I don't hit hard on someone sometimes,
it's like coaching.
Exactly.
Coaching. They say, I'm only getting it this way so you understand I care, and that it's in your head quick because it's snapping at you.
But then what's your response to coaches that don't yell? Successful coaches that don't yell. Coach K doesn't yell.
That's they make sure that their players know that's their coaching style.
But there's
I'm not going to yell at you,
right?
But there's also a difference of I'm raising my tone. I'm not just yelling and cussing at you. I'm raising my tone to get my point across. And if you can't handle that, you probably need to grow up.
Yeah.
I'm saying as a man, you probably need to grow up a little bit if you can't handle that, because that's how conversations are going to go. Mm-hmm. And that comes with growing as a man, because someone who's in a better position than you or has a little bit more knowledge than you, and you're being stubborn and they actually care, that's them showing that they care, bro, because they're trying to get it through your skull.
And that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
I realize that look, I've done so many things in my life. I've been in your situation. And I'm not going to say what we were talking about, but I've done things over and over and over again, and people have told me, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing this. What'd I do? I kept doing it.
Yeah.
But now I realize if I don't tell those people over and over and over again, and maybe I have to raise my voice, and maybe I have to tell them every single day, or maybe I just have to give them surrounding information.
Yeah.
Right?
Like what I said in the group chat, I said I have more important things to worry about.
Exactly.
And I was truly serious about that. I have things I need to accomplish, things I need to get under control, and I've taken small steps to push myself to where I can take 3, 4, 5 steps forward and maybe a half step back.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know it doesn't move that fast, but I have bettered myself in a position to where I can do those things, and I'm willing to have the outsider's perspective and like get, what's the word I'm looking for?
Insight?
Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
That is what
And
like, if you can't take that, bro, you'll never make it anywhere in life, because an outsider's perspective sees what
everything. They see 100%.
Yeah, they see what you are blind to and what you see, and you have to take what you see and what they see and create the best outcome.
Well, the other thing is,
solutions to problems are a big thing, and you have to be able to find them.
I don't think an outsider's perspective sees 100%, because that was the main problem with what you during the discussion we had earlier. The outside perspective is how we see it, but we don't see 100% of what's going on inside.
I meant they see 100% of what you aren't perceiving.
People know what you show. People know what you show them.
Sorry.
It's very unbiased.
Yeah.
Yeah. People only know what you show them and what you speak to them.
And that's why during that conversation, I said, look, and that's why we both said, we don't see those good things.
Yeah.
We only saw the bad things.
And that's only, like, you would only know until I brought it up into conversation.
Right.
Like, how things go.
Right.
You would never know if I never spoke it up.
No,
just like we never knew he had a business venture.
Right.
Like, because we've never spoke about it.
And just like...
That's just comparing.
Just like me. I never told any of my friends that I was depressed.
Yeah.
I never told any of my friends I hated my life. It was all chipper and good every day, right? Now, the ones that were really close, they realized, they knew I wasn't happy and stuff. But, I feel like a lot of people get mad at other people for treating them this certain way. But those other people don't know everything that you're thinking. Yeah. They don't know everything that you're going through, right? Mm-hmm. So if I come at you hard, I only know what I know.
Yeah.
But if you tell me things, that's why I immediately change I immediately changed how I was going about it, right? So I could have, if I was just being pessimistic, I would have been like, oh, it doesn't matter, none of that, whatever. I could have just kept digging. I'm not... I have bigger things in life to worry about. Yeah, right.
We both do than to sit there and have that type of interaction.
It's like the thing. I wasn't mad at you.
Yeah.
I was mad at the decisions you were making, right? Because I knew, looking from the outside.
By the way, these aren't like awful decisions for.
No. They're just.
It makes it sound like it is.
They're just. No, they're just. No. It's not like drug use or anything. It's not illegal stuff or anything like that. Jeez.
We're just not disclosing my personal information.
No, it's just. I was, I saw the direction it was going, and I knew if I didn't say anything, you wouldn't ever know. And I knew that I wanted you to know from an outside perspective, I think you can do better in your life.
I was going to say, the time that I had brought it up before, I didn't feel like you had listened to me, and that's why I never brought it up again. Yeah. Because I figured, remember when we had that conversation, a couple weeks ago about it?
Dude, there's a lot that happens.
I know. It was the first or second time that it had ever come up between us, and I when I had talked to you about it, it was you didn't want to even hear, you didn't.
And so hold on, both of you. See, when he was talking, you were thinking about what you were going to respond?
No, I was thinking about the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I said this because, there's a lot that happens.
Right.
And I'm he said it's this conversation back, blah, blah, blah. We've had a couple conversations. Yeah. I'm what did we, fully say? I was trying to think about it. So I was just bro, move on, because I'm not going to comprehend or get where you're going to.
If someone asks me, whatever.
But I can see where you get the body language from.
Right. So if someone asks me, hey, how should I change this? Or how should I work out? And I tell them, and instantly they come back at me with, but I do it like this because of this, fine.
Then
Then
why did you ask?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not, when you ask me in the future, you know what I'm going to tell you? It all looks good, man. Everything looks good. Because my life's busy enough. And the people I help, I genuinely want to help. Because my time, I consider pretty valuable. But if as soon as I'm talking to you, you're trying to come at me with, not you, but like anybody, you're trying to come at me with, well, this is why I do it. Or you're trying to, give me a rebuttal. But. There's no but.
But
You asked me my opinion. I'm telling you my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're doing it because your dad told you to, or you're doing it because you think that's the best thing in your life.
LMAO, Dad.
That's great. I hope that works for you. But you asked me my opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's
Not you, but whoever.
But I said it before, and during our conversation, I guess it's something like I've worked on, and I truly knew I needed to work on, is that I said, me as a growing man, as a young adult, I have came to like reasoning and understanding that I have to admit,
conclusion.
Yeah, and like when I have messed up or have been in the wrong, like, yes, I can still feel my way or anything, but I have to be empathetic to how it made you feel, and I have to like at least make an attempt to make sure that I better the situation for the relationship of either a friend or whatever.
But that's a good point too, right? So when I was in high school, I had a lot of friends that we weren't friends anymore because I had bigger priorities. And those friends probably weren't very happy with me, right? They were like, man, why aren't you spending time with us? Why aren't you hanging out?
I have the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's a fine line. How do I want to say this? You have to kind of decipher. And this is the most difficult part in life. I think this is the hardest part in life above everything, no matter what. Trying to figure out if your habits or what you're doing is correct when someone tells you it's not correct, right?
What is that word? Oh, if someone
priorities,
credibility.
right?
What is their credibility?
Well, it doesn't even matter credibility, right? Because if someone is a school teacher, they're going to tell you should go to college, right? Or if like all of my family, they would tell me you need to go to college. But they didn't know everything. Right? They didn't know what I was thinking. They didn't know the opportunities I had. But I also was very disciplined in looking around and looking at, okay, I need to look at every single perspective. I need to look at their perspective. I need to look at my perspective. I need to look at statistics. I need to do all of this research, right? I shouldn't just conclude. It's just like eating. Say you're going to start eating like the carnivore diet. Let's say this, right? If you start eating the carnivore diet and it's going really well, but you hear a vegetarian say, you're the worst person in the world and you should stop doing that, right?
Oh.
I can respect your opinion, but I can also realize that I've done enough research about where my beef is sourced and all of this stuff, and I realize that it's quite healthy for me, and it's working very well for me. It's just like going back to college.
So you can have that conversation
about anything. About driving a car,
politics.
About getting on a plane.
Politics is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
No, we're not. I'm just saying, like,
no.
That's the biggest, like, whatever it is, example of day to day, like,
just
having a conversation versus arguing.
Yeah.
From what we started with at the beginning.
Being tribal.
Yeah.
And that's why, back to what I just said, that's why I love, everybody, I feel like a lot of people that think they're real, like, woo-woo about their life, they're like, oh, I do a lot of deep diving, I really think about myself a lot.
I love the ocean.
Yeah, or they'll be like, I meditate, and I think about all the things in my life. Well, that's great. But you can think about I can sit and meditate, and I can think about everything I think I need to change and everything I think I'm doing right. But I'm sure my opinion's skewed.
Right.
That's why no matter how much I think about myself, I always want other people's opinions. But if you're going to come at me like, oh, you're just doing this wrong or whatever, then it probably doesn't matter. If you don't have some good reasoning, if you don't have
constructive
if you
not
aren't
just criticism.
Yeah.
and like criticism's fine, I'll accept your criticism. It doesn't mean I'm going to change my life for it, right? But if you want to tell me I'm a piece of shit, great. You're the thousandth person that told me that. Awesome.
English was hard right there, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like,
Hey, but it happens to the best of us.
yeah.
But like, completely agree with that one. I've heard it before and other things like that.
Yeah.
And it rolls off the shoulder at a point because you're doing something for yourself. And even if it's the wrong thing, most people, like we said when we were going to the AA thing, they won't realize they're doing something and it is a wrong thing.
Right. And it can be anything. Right.
Literally anything in life. Overeating, abuse to like procrastination, oversleep. Literally anything you do is, if you don't realize it's hindering your progress as a human being and like steps in your life to build yourself and to build the life you want to live, if you have like that thought process down the line, then you need to be able to learn how to take constructive criticism and also realize when you're doing something that's not like excelling.
It's not bettering your life.
Yeah, bettering your life.
Here's a perfect example. I have a friend that has asked me about diets and has asked me about the gym probably 4 or 5 times. And every single time I give him my best knowledge and I give him my best advice and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. And so when he asked me the last time, he wanted like this basically like a workout plan, right? And I told him, I basically gave him the easiest thing he could do, right? I told him to get a recumbent bike and sit in front of the TV and watch TV and pedal.
I think I know who you're talking about, but
No, you don't. It's you don't know him. It's like someone.
Well, and also you got to stay in a caloric deficit.
Right. No, but here's the thing. If he doesn't want to,
yeah, it's true.
Then he won't do it.
He won't do it.
But what if he doesn't have the knowledge to know what a full caloric deficit is and count like
I've given him a diet 3 or 4 times before. I've given him a diet. I've given him a workout program, and he didn't have enough motivation to do those things. So I thought, what's the easiest thing I could give him to do that's going to show him progress and continue to do the things that he likes to do? I'm sure he likes to watch TV. He has a pretty good sized TV, which means he probably likes to watch TV. You're not going to buy a 70-inch TV if you don't watch it, right? So I thought, I know he's not ready to take the deep dive, but maybe it's just like the Dave Ramsey thing, right? If you pay off that $20 debt, you're going to feel good and want to pay off that $500. When you pay off the $500, you're going to want to pay off the house or whatever. So I thought, what could he do with pretty low motivation, and it could be pretty easy, and he
substantial.
And he could probably, he's probably going to see some change. And he's probably going to get a good sweat in, but he's still going to be watching TV, the thing he likes to do, right? And so, it's just like the drug addict thing, like, or whoever, if you're 200 pounds overweight, it's just like, I'll use my mom as an example, right? She was like, she set this big boundary, right? So we were talking about like, at the beginning of her weight loss thing, she's like, well, I can't go, I don't even know what it was. Oh, I don't have a gym membership, so I can't do it. So I said, well, why don't you just walk up and down the stairs 10 times a day?
Yeah.
Because walking up and down the stairs 10 times a day is better than doing nothing. Right?
Yeah.
And so she started to ride her bike, right? Just up and down the street once. Well, now she's going like a mile away. But if you don't give that little incentive, right? She didn't want to lose weight. She wanted to, but she didn't want to lose weight. She wanted the idea. She wanted to look that way, but she didn't want to put in that work, right? And she didn't think she could. Just like a drug addict. They think that the drugs are what's keeping them alive.
I was gonna say,
or what's making them happy,
Right.
or like getting them through their days.
Exactly.
But like I would say with pushing someone to do that, you have to introduce them to progressive overload really quickly, and that would be progressive overload.
Yeah.
If she starts really, really light, and as it gets easier,
Yep.
you add a little bit. And then also, like I told Noah in the podcast, he was here. I told Noah that you don't want to pay attention to the scale when you first start losing weight.
Exactly.
If you're in a very, very bad predicament of
Yeah.
overweightness, because your weight fluctuates so much in life, and then other things, you just got to worry about how you feel.
Yes.
And if you start feeling healthier and you start feeling more confident, that's going to give you the motivation to push yourself more.
And, I mean,
it's just like,
looking at the scale is good. You know, if you're looking at it, you can't look at it every day though.
Yeah,
and
no.
and looking at it once a week is even kind of hard, right? You should see progress in a week, at least like a pound, but you know, and in 2 weeks you should definitely see progress.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. People look at the scale like every day.
Yeah, they abuse
and they're
it.
like, oh, I gained half a pound yesterday. Well, you probably didn't gain half a pound yesterday, right? You probably just drank a lot of water, or you know, you have, you know, whatever it may be.
or you had a beer or two.
Yeah.
Like if you bro, it's balanced. You don't have to be like
Yeah.
very strict, like
Exactly.
someone who wants to create a like aesthetic
Yeah.
physique, or someone
Yeah.
who wants to bench 400 pounds and be swole.
Well, guess
like,
what?
Be massive.
The 400 pounder started at 100.
Yeah,
You know, they all started somewhere.
and they overloaded progressively.
right.
I was gonna say none of us probably expected to be where we are right now.
I did.
I know. A year ago, I had no idea I was gonna be right here. I showed Jordan a picture from a year ago, and I'm completely different,
I expected to be farther.
dude. I didn't have a neck a year ago.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, the difference between us, right?
The difference between the three of
but
us.
here's the problem. So a lot of people would have, you know, so I wanted to be 200 pounds when I was 20. That was my goal. It was completely impossible, right? But I didn't say, oh, I didn't meet that goal. Screw it. I said, oh, I need to work harder to get to 200.
Now you're 22 and 208.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Just like not meeting a deadline or being afraid of failure.
Things need to be a little loose with goals.
Yeah, like people try to be so strict with it and
Yeah.
like so time orientated. Like I have to make it by this time.
Right.
A year, like 4, 5, 6 months ago, probably almost a year ago, I wanted to look like I did now, but it didn't take that time.
Right.
And also I wanted to like take the steps to progress myself and be in the situation I am now, but I didn't have the opportunities and I didn't have the drive or like the ability to like confidently put myself out there.
Yeah.
So then my next question is, by the end of next season, after 12 more episodes of podcasts and recording and whatever we do, where do you want to be, both of you? In about, what, 3 months?
3 months.
3 months, I want to be completely confident in my studies and ability to fully take the exam and start pushing the
Training people?
like not like training like at a full gym, but
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
do that too. But I have a lot of opportunities with like the younger athletes in this
Yeah.
town because of the position my mom and my father are in the town and who they know, that I could really build something for myself and touch like the whole county and not just the town.
So then what about your physique? Where do you want to be at with your physique?
I'm 200 pounds flat right now, and I would say I am still holding a good amount of fat. I want to shred probably 5% off and be above 190, 5 to 7%. And I need to, like Devin said while at the gym on Sunday, I need to touch up my chest. I need to hit my legs a little bit more. And then obviously if I'm touching my chest up, I have to hit my back up. But obviously I'll probably focus on my chest more than my back because my back is more developed than that. But also I know where I'm at in my life right now. I want to really focus on being better with my money and my time management and my like procrastination. I want to become more organized in how I go about things and like become a better person. And I know I like in the past have had a temper and snapped on people and did really bad about like always thinking I was right, and so I want to be better at like keeping my cool, staying calm in like situations, and like being able to like have a conversation that gets really in depth without always having emotions flared by another person or myself. I want to be able to like, if their emotions are flaring, which I've already started being able to do for myself, if their emotions are flaring everywhere, I can keep my cool and stay collective in a conversation and do the things I need to do, which I've seen small steps, but I've also seen like the old come out, so I know it's something I need to work on still. I just want to become a overall more in control person of my life, which I know I've made steps for and I'm still doing steps for. Also, I want my 6-pack popping in a year or in 12 weeks.
Where do you want to be?
In 3 months, I'm sitting at 120. I want to say a good goal would be around
120?
Or sorry, 220. Okay. Jeez.
120 kilos, man.
Yeah.
Tired, boy.
No, I would like to be around the 205 area in about 3 weeks. I think that's a good goal.
3 weeks?
Or 3 months. Jeez, I'm off. I was doing so well, and that was just all hitting me at once.
That's all right.
That's a good weight.
Jordan has told me to work on my shoulders. Devin's told me to work on my arms, and I think that I need to work on both of them because obviously you can't spot.
Chest too.
My chest is getting
vascular,
a lot more developed.
Yeah. Your upper chest, but you really need that lower pack.
I know.
You do a lot like those
weighted dips.
Those decline, the decline
just
pulls or dips.
Well, I thought you were saying decline bench, and I was like,
no.
But weighted dips, bro, failure like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well just do a house of them. 5 houses of them.
If you want to. I mean, that's up to you.
No, so I got to do my lower chest, my lateral shoulders or my lateral delts, and then my arms, obviously. Because I think my arms are my biggest weak point. I have small arms compared to the rest of me. Mm-hmm. Like tiny arms.
Yeah.
And for you, Devo?
Well,
I bet you could be 212 in the next 3 months. Putting on weight's a lot harder than losing.
I mean, most pros put on 5 pounds a year, so and they're on more than what I'm on, so
I'm not even on anything. So.
No, but I mean, they're that's what I'm saying. They're on, and I'm not. So 5 pounds. So I'm not really. Let's see. I'd like to probably get bigger arms, but really the biggest thing for me was
arms are already big.
That's what I'm saying,
dude. But compared to the rest of me, they're not.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
I don't know. I feel like in shirts they just don't look that big.
It's because you wear an XO and you have a double D chest.
That's true. See, but in comparison, I feel like, okay, I have this. I need to have, like, if you, I don't know.
Maybe I would say.
And I'm probably just
you should work on your hamstrings.
Me personally, you've been bulking for a long time.
They've really been coming up in the past, like.
Well, I realized that the other day.
Yeah.
When we did that leg day on Sunday. Yeah. You have really good definition in them. I just think you need more size.
Well, I do. I didn't start training them until I didn't start training hamstrings and probably after Corona is when I started I need hamstrings.
Your quads are huge.
How long have you been bulking?
These are smaller.
Since 17 or 18. Well, no, that's not true. Because I wanted to be pretty lean.
No, I'm saying at the moment, how long have you been bulking?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Probably a couple years.
Have you cut it again?
Well, I'm trying to cut down now, really. I'm trying to cut, just lean.
Maintain.
Bulk.
So
yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, bro, if you could probably drop 2% body fat, 3, it would be easier to depict.
Yes, it would. You're right.
Because for me, I don't know what I need to work on.
Yeah.
Just because I know I have fat sitting on me still in a lot of places.
But really, the bigger goals are outside the gym for me.
Of course. Same.
And it's not really even monetarily or whatever. I know there are things in my life that I could do better, and I want to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Matthew McConaughey thing, right? My biggest hero is who I am in 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's the only person that I can conceive, right? I don't care where I care where you are, but I can only, I want to be who I am in 5 years so bad that it creates a hero, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, you could want to be Superman or you could want to be a millionaire, but I want to be who I am, or who I'm going to be.
Well, you gotta, a lot of people got to learn to put themselves first as well. A lot of people get caught up in doing things for others.
Yeah.
That they don't put themselves first. And I've caught myself doing that myself.
That's a perfect example because a lot of relationships I've been in, I've thought, like, I'm doing this relationship for them.
Yeah.
And does it hurt to break up with them? Yeah, of course. Because
depends.
But, you know, like, if all my relationships have lasted pretty long, so like,
Can't relate.
No, I know. Yours aren't really like relationships; they're like flings, right? Like you're dating, but they're not. You know,
I've never
going
had
into
something
it.
go very far.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had something go very far, and they've all been flings. But I try to have something go far.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it doesn't work, I'm not gonna be like pouty. Whoa, boo-hoo, cry for me.
So,
which I know I talk about things like differently, but like I might feel a type of way, but I'm not gonna like ask for you to beg for me or for your pity. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
My mother has instilled in, like, said to me my whole life. She said, no matter what you're going through, the best thing you can do is just slap a smile on it and fake it till you make it, until you get home and you can worry about your issues by yourself.
Yeah.
And you are like, you have finished everything you have done for that day.
Yeah. And I think something that my dad kind of instilled in me, I don't know, pretty early was like, all of your problems are your problems. Mm-hmm. Everybody else has their own damn problems. They don't care about your problems. Like, they might care, but they have their own problems.
Yeah.
You need to work through your problems to a point, you know, like if it's a huge problem and you don't think you can progress at all, then bring in some help. But if it's like a problem, whatever, a pity little problem, you don't need to take everybody else down with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, that's kind of how I was with like relationships. Like, I know where I want to go and I know where you want to go, and it's not the same place.
Yeah.
So
also, I mean, you are young.
That's the thing. I'm 22, dude.
Yeah, I'm 21,
yeah,
bro. There's certain things you gotta focus on instead of somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Like, and like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to like be cold and live on your own and hustle to get the life you want. And I've said that a couple times. And the female that you want, because you got to create your own self-worth to get the female that you want, because that's how it is as a male.
Right. And that's the thing. I think that's more of what my friend was asking me about, the whole like just busting it for 15 years. Like, yeah, I don't have that many friends. And yeah, I'm very picky about who I spend time with. And, you know, relationships don't work great for me because, you know, I don't know. I have higher goals than everyone, but I think it'll pay off.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it'll pay off.
Yeah.
But that's all I got, man. He's about to walk out of here.
I got to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
We talked for that long.
Man, we were getting after it.
I gotta go too.
I know.
All right, man.
Well,
that was awesome.
a good one. Yeah,
That was a beautiful last episode.
Maybe
you
we
guys.
should just have a serious debate right before every episode.
that was awful. No, we're not doing that again. So
Nah, man.
we'll see you. We'll see you in about a week or two for season 2.
Yeah.
I just moved my whole mic.
And we're going
apologize
to we'll have merch ready too.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Deuces.
Catch y'all
See you guys.
later.
Thanks.